What is up, guys? Welcome back to another anime news bit. This one is jammed packed. There is a lot of really significant news in this particular news bit. We have some really huge stuff happening around Rightstuf. We also have another studio being born. We have a new Mushoku Tensei jobless reincarnation novel coming out, as well as Shaft working on Quintessential Quintuplets. If you're interested in any of this news, definitely stay tuned. Let's kick things off with Mushoku Tensei jobless reincarnation. There was a lot of people in my last news bit that was like, wait, you didn't talk about Mushoku Tensei getting a new novel. And I'm like, yes, I heard, but I'm afraid of looking at it. For those who don't know, I'm still reading through the novel series. I'm doing an analysis series on YouTube itself. Every Monday, we do a Mushoku Mondays. And I'm like not even halfway through the series. So I'm afraid of looking at anything news related around Mushoku Tensei because I'm afraid of spoilers. But yes, there is a new Mushoku Tensei jobless reincarnation novel that is coming out. It'll of course be wrote by Refugin. And we also have Shirotaka is going to be returning to do the illustrations for it. So definitely check that out. It's going to be coming out on June 23rd. I'm not going to say the name of the title because I'm afraid that's going to be spoilers or something like that, but just know it's coming. So, but if you're a Mushoku Tensei jobless reincarnation fan, you probably already know this, but there you go. I'm excited for it. Just keep piling it on my list so that when I'm reading up, I'll never reach the end because I'm still burning through everything. So cool stuff. And honestly, I think it is a great marketing move because obviously we have Mushoku Tensei jobless reincarnation the second season coming. It's going to build up hype around it and they can sell a new novel. But yeah, can't wait for it. Whenever I read that far. Moving on, the official website for Am I Actually the Strongest revealed a cast and July premiere. This is of course the one that's about a reincarnated shut-in who's left abandoned and powerless, but is he powerless? He's probably OP. But stay tuned for that whenever that comes around. A bit of an interesting bit of news here. We have the official website for the Quintessential Quintuplets has revealed a premiere for their new series in summer. For those who don't know, this is a new series that is going to be adapting all the stories that have not yet appeared in an anime adaptation, which seems to be the new norm now. I need to make a whole video on this, but there's this new norm that these studios are essentially going back and adapting crap they skipped. So it's like, man, this is really successful. Hey, we should probably go back and just adapt all this stuff and people will eat it up. Now, the very interesting bit of news here is that Shaft is going to be working on it, which, for those who don't know, I'm not a huge fan of Shaft anymore. I loved Shaft back in the Monogatari series. I have the whole Monogatari series bought, novel and the anime. I was a huge fan of Shaft, but not lately. It's obvious that there's something happening in Shaft right now that is not good. They are not doing good at all. They have a lot of production issues. Their quality is not at the snuff. It seems like their glory days is now gone, and I don't know what exactly is happening. I'm gonna have to look into it, but still, they're working on Quintessential Quintuplets. Hopefully they did a good job on that one, and they don't screw up, and they don't have production issues, and they don't have delays, but we'll see. And it's going to be premiering in Japan theaters on July 14th beforehand. So they're going to be showing it for like, I think 3 weeks beforehand. And then it'll be airing in summer. But yeah, I still need to check out the movie. And I'll be interested to see how that turns out. I'm not too sure based on the idea of it being just stuff they haven't adapted. If it's going to just jump around a lot, but we'll see. Moving on, Shoga Kukan's Shonen Sunday magazine has revealed Inoue's new manga. For those who don't know, Inoue is the one that did The Duke of Death and His Maid. The new title is Until Your Sword Breaks, Matsuri Tsukimiya's Romantic Troubles. And you could tell by the artwork that yes, it is definitely their work. This is a romantic comedy set in Edo during the Bakumatsu period. It's going to be launching on May 9th, so if you're a fan of the mangakas, definitely check that out. Also revealed in that same magazine was Shinta Sakayama's new manga, which is Lilia's... I forgot this is in this news bit. I make the whole outline and I go, what the hell is this? And then I read it on the camera and it just throws me off. But yes, the manga is titled Lilia Pregnant The World End. Very specific title. Lilia Pregnant The World End. But yes, this is by the manga artist that did Chaika the Coffin Princess. So definitely one that has a very unique style to it. But yeah, the tagline reads, "The world will be destroyed if you have with the Demon King's daughter." It's like the whole meme with the random waifu pointing at the the tester, but it's literally the cover. Okay, we'll see. This is definitely one that I'm almost curious to jump in to check out what the hell this is about. I don't know if it's gonna be like the Demon King's daughter is like super like thirsty for this guy, and the Demon King is like, I'll destroy the world if she gets pregnant. Like he's super overly doty. And so that's the concept of it. Like, if he gets her pregnant, the king's gonna be really angry and he's just gonna destroy the world. That's what I'm assuming. But anyways, interesting concept. We'll see how that turns out. Next bit, the staff for Yamashi by Ghost Stories has revealed that, yes, they are going to continue. 11th season is set to premiere in July, so more Yamashi by Japanese stories. I've technically watched quite a bit of this. I think I watched most of the first season. Really do enjoy them. They're very low production, or at least they were then, if I remember correctly, but they're still really good stories, so it makes sense that this keeps going. Moving on to some very, very sad and unfortunate news. I mean, it's fortunate depending on what the circumstances is, but unfortunately we don't know the circumstances. But yes, an email was sent out to the staff of Rightstuf revealing that Rightstuf Vice President and COO Christine Morgan has left the company. So she's left both Crunchyroll and Rightstuf. Of course, she was CEO of Rightstuf itself. Of course, Sean Kleckner left in December, and it looks like not even 6 months later, she's left as well, which is really unfortunate. I assumed that Sean Kleckner was going to leave. That was an inevitability. He sold the company, made his money. He did a great job. He's getting up there in age. He's not that old, but he's getting up there in age. It's time to move on. I've worked my butt off. He made an amazing company. And it's just like, okay, it's time for me to move on. I'm more curious about what happened with Christine. And not that I'd want to get the gossip going, but I am kind of curious in that regard. Is an aspect of, Sony coming in and pushing their weight around and Christine's like, look, it's no longer fun anymore, I'm leaving? Or is it just a case that she had that same plan? Once we're far enough, we sold the company, let's move on kind of thing. It's a very curious question. She updated her LinkedIn profile, I believe, so it does look like she's still obviously working in the industry and she's looking for other options, but still, it's a lot of question marks there, and it really does have me concerned for Rightstuf going forward. But again, an inevitability. I kind of assumed this all was an inevitability. Eventually, Crunchyroll was going to want to be in full control of what's going on there and put their own people into place to control how things are running, and Christine and Sean move on. I wish the best for Rightstuf. I really do hope this isn't a bad sign, and they just keep working really hard. I've worked a lot with them, and I think they're really fantastic people. Christine, I rarely got emails from her, and it was just to sign things, but I do wish the best for them in the end, because the company itself was something that I truly cherished, and I continue to cherish. But yeah. Moving on from the sad news, the official website for The Weakest Tamer began a journey to pick up trash, revealed a PV and a 2024 premiere. So it's going to be next year. This one follows a tamer with memories of their past life, reborn in an RPG-like world with the weakest rank. With parents wanting nothing to do with her, she kind of sets off to live on her own, which is very difficult. Eventually, she does tame a lowly slime, and that lowly slime has something special about it, and they have a bond and they travel together. Looks cute. Female protagonist. I'm always kind of interested in the isekais, the female protagonists. They always end up being very enjoyable for some reason. Another big news, we have the anime director and animator Hiroyuki Hashimoto is actually opening a new animation studio. They announced this on Twitter, said they only have like 3 staff members currently, and they're not currently hiring, but they are accepting DMs from people that might want to, have some interest in it. But for now, they're not hiring, but they will be growing in the future. The new studio is named Steppel. I'm guessing that's how they want to pronounce it. Steppuru. Something like that. But yeah, for those that don't know, this is the director behind Classroom of the Elite, Is the Order a Rabbit, Slow Start, A Stab Life, and Magical Girl Raising Project. So actually a really good director in my opinion. So it sort of does have me pretty excited for what's to come. He has worked within different studios like Cloverworks and stuff. And so it's not as if he was like some dedicated director to a specific studio. But this is sort of bringing up that ongoing question of all these directors that kind of break off from studios and create their own thing. It sort of makes you wonder, are they seeing things that they're not liking and they're like, well, I can do it better. But the more troubling question that kind of comes up is, why another studio? We have way too many studios, and it just feels like everybody's just banking on more and more titles every season. And I think it's all to sort of chase the overseas licensing kind of boom that's happening right now, and I really hope it doesn't blow up in their face eventually. Hopefully he's creating this for a purpose. Like, I don't like how things are run. I want to do my own thing, but we'll see. I'll be curious to see if there's any interviews or something that'll come out from this to find out exactly what was his reasoning. Moving on, a website was opened to announce youth story of a family of 4 Yuzuki brothers. Manga is getting an anime adaptation. This is slated for fall, and it's a coming-age story that follows 4 brothers. From the oldest to the youngest, the family's breadwinner and school teacher Hayato, the aloof Mikoto, who dotes on Minato perhaps too much, the meek Minato, and the confident first grader Gakuto. So, I was actually a huge fan of Minami K. I like this kind of idea of siblings living together and the troubles they face. Throw some comedy or something in there. It's always good. Anyhow, that's all the news I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this news bit. If you did, make sure that like button down below. Comment. Let me know what you thought of this whole news bit. Which one's the most interesting to you? Are you sad about Rightstuf or excited for another Mushoku Tensei novel? Let me know. No spoilers in the comments below, by the way. We're still working through Volume 11 right now. Additionally, if you're new to the channel, make sure that subscribe button so you get all my content. I do news reviews, first impressions, top list if it's anime, it's pretty much here. Additionally, if you want to support the channel more and you like what I do here, I have a Patreon link, a tips link, and a super thanks button down below, as well as a membership button. I greatly appreciate it, but it does. And y'all take care.